All right, let's cut right through the noise. Forget the clickbait, forget the rumors. Let's talk about the one question that has been buzzing around Hollywood and, frankly, the entire internet for what feels like an eternity. When are Tom Holland and Zendaya finally getting married? Yes, I'm talking about the king and queen of young Hollywood, our real-life Peter Parker and MJ. The engagement is real, the love is undeniable, but the walk down the aisle, well, that's where things get complicated. And today, we are diving deep into every single piece of information we have, connecting the dots, and figuring out what is really going on with the wedding of the decade. Because, let's be honest, this isn't just any celebrity wedding. This is the culmination of a story we've all been watching for years, from their first on-screen spark to those sneaky paparazzi shots that confirmed what we all hoped was true. They are, without a doubt, one of the most beloved and impressively private couples on the planet. But that privacy has created a vacuum, and in that vacuum, speculation runs wild. So the main purpose of this video, the entire reason we're here, is to lay out the facts as we know them. They are getting ready to say I do, but the timeline is being dictated by one massive, unstoppable force, their own monumental success. You see, while fans are practically designing the wedding invitations themselves, Tom and Zendaya are looking at a calendar that is so jam-packed, it would make a world leader's schedule look like a lazy Sunday afternoon. We're talking about a roster of upcoming projects that are not just movies, they are cultural events. Let's just tick them off for a second to really grasp the scale of what we're dealing with. We have Spider-Man Brand New Day, we have The Odyssey, we have Dune Part 3, and we have the next season of Euphoria. This isn't a we're busy for a few months situation. This is a we're booked, blessed, and busy for the next 2 years straight kind of situation. Finding a weekend to get married in that kind of schedule is like trying to find a parking spot at the mall on Christmas Eve. It's theoretically possible, but it's going to take a miracle. So while we all collectively hold our breath waiting for the big day, let's do what we do best. Obsess over the details we do have. And we're going to start with the single most important piece of hardware in this entire story, the physical symbol of their commitment. I'm talking, of course, about the ring. Now, Tom Holland, bless his heart, did not play around. He popped the question to his Spider-Man co-star back in December 2024. And the ring he chose? It's a masterpiece. We're talking about a 5-carat cushion-cut diamond. Let me put that into perspective for you. 5 carats is substantial. It's a statement. It's the kind of ring that doesn't just sparkle, it practically emits its own light source. And the choice of a cushion cut is so perfect, in my opinion. It's not an aggressive, sharp-edged cut. It's classic. It's romantic. It has this soft, vintage feel to it that speaks to a timeless kind of love. It's elegant without being overly flashy, which feels so incredibly on brand for both of them. The jeweler he went with is also a key detail here. He chose a British jeweler, Jessica McCormack. I love this. Tom, a proud Brit, choosing a celebrated artisan from his home country to craft the ring for his American superstar fiancé. It's a beautiful nod to his roots. It shows a level of thoughtfulness that goes beyond just picking the biggest diamond he could find. It tells a story. It says, I'm bringing a piece of my home to you as we build our new home together. It's poetic, really. And Zendaya, being the queen of quiet confidence that she is, has been pretty tight-lipped about the proposal itself. You're not going to see her doing a big, tearful, how he asked video on YouTube. That's just not her style. But she absolutely did not shy away from letting the ring do the talking. She debuted the stunning piece of hardware while walking the red carpet at the 2025 Golden Globes on January 5th, and it was a power move. She didn't need a press release. She didn't need an Instagram post with her hand artfully placed on his chest. She just showed up. She walked that carpet looking like $1,000,000 as she always does, and let the flashbulbs catch the undeniable sparkle on her left hand. It was a silent announcement to the world, and honestly, it was louder and more impactful than any statement could have ever been. It was pure, unadulterated class. But here's where the story gets even better, even more wholesome. While the happy couple was maintaining their signature privacy, one person was more than happy to spill the tea, and it's the best possible source: Tom's own father, Dominic Holland. For those who don't know, Dominic is a comedian and an author, and he has a Patreon where he shares stories and insights. And back in January, he gave the fans the confirmation they were craving. He wrote a post that essentially gave us a behind-the-scenes look at the whole proposal, and it is pure gold. According to his dad, Tom did this the old-fashioned way. He wrote, and I'm paraphrasing here, that his son had purchased a ring, check, but then, get this, he had spoken with Zendaya's father and gained his permission to propose to his daughter. Stop it right now! In 2024, for a global superstar like Tom Holland to take the time and have the respect to go and speak to her father first, that speaks volumes about his character. It's a level of tradition and respect that you just don't see as much anymore, and it shows how seriously he takes this commitment and how much he values her and her family. That is not just a romantic gesture, it's a profound sign of respect. And it gets better. Dominic Holland went on to say that Tom had everything, and I mean everything, planned out. The when, the where, the how, what to say, and even what to wear. This wasn't a spontaneous, on-a-whim decision. This was a meticulously planned operation, and I just love that image. The image of Tom Holland, the guy who flies through the air as Spider-Man, sitting down and carefully planning every single detail of this life-changing moment for the woman he loves. It's incredibly romantic. It shows that beneath the superhero persona and the Hollywood glamour, he is a man who is deeply in love and wanted to make that moment absolutely perfect for her. And honestly, it makes me love them as a couple even more. So, with the ring secured and the proposal executed to perfection, the next logical obsession for everyone is, of course, the dress. The dress! We are talking about Zendaya here, a woman who doesn't just wear clothes, she creates cultural moments on the red carpet. Her fashion choices are analyzed, celebrated, and emulated around the world. So the pressure for her wedding dress, it's astronomical. The article mentions some of her favorite fashion houses: Louis Vuitton, Tom Ford, and Valentino. Let's just take a second to imagine the possibilities. A Zendaya wedding gown by Valentino? I'm picturing something dramatic, ethereal, maybe with incredible volume and craftsmanship, a true fairy tale moment. A Tom Ford design? That would be sleek, modern, incredibly sexy and powerful, something that would redefine what a wedding dress could be. And Louis Vuitton, under Nicolas Ghesquière, could offer something futuristic, architectural, and completely unexpected. The truth is, at 29 years old, she's at the absolute apex of her influence and can have literally any designer in the world create her gown. The world is her oyster. But if you think we're going to get any leaks or sneak peeks, you are sorely mistaken. And that's thanks to her image architect and close friend, the legendary Law Roach. Law Roach is the mastermind behind Zendaya's fashion evolution, and he is guarding the details of this wedding like they're state secrets. In an exclusive comment to E! News at the Lost Cultures Culture Awards on July 17th, he said that details surrounding the gown are being kept under lock and key. And then he dropped a phrase that sent the internet into a frenzy. He said Zendaya will be, and I quote, "a secret bride." A secret bride? What does that even mean? My mind is racing. Does it mean she's going to have a surprise wedding that no one knows about until it's over? Does it mean the dress itself will be so unique and secretive that no one will see it until the moment she walks down the aisle? Law Roach is a genius at building hype, and with 2 words, he just made this wedding 100 times more intriguing. He also revealed that Zendaya will have multiple looks for her nuptials, which of course she will. This is Zendaya. We expect nothing less than a full fashion show. But here's the reality check. Law also confirmed that the planning for these multiple looks hasn't even begun yet. Why? Because, as he put it, Zendaya is working on so many movies. She's now filming the next iteration of Dune, so she's away doing that. It's so many movies, so we have time. We have a lot of time. And that right there, that's the crux of it all. It's the constant refrain in this story. Their careers. She's off on some distant sandy planet filming Dune, a movie that is physically and creatively demanding on a massive scale. You don't just wrap a movie like that and plan a wedding the next week. You need time to decompress, to come back to reality. And that's just one project. So that brings us to the million-dollar question, the when. How much time are we actually talking about here? Is this a year away? 2 years? 5 years? Well, once again, we turn to the keeper of the secrets for a clue, and he gave us a pretty significant one. He basically teased that 2026 might be the magic year. Speaking to E! News again, this time at the Fashion Trust Awards in April, he was directly asked about the wedding and his involvement. The interviewer asked, "Will you be involved? Are we going to help out with the wedding dress?" And Law's response was immediate. Of course, of course. But then he followed it up with the timeline. He said, it's far away. They're both making a bunch of movies this year, and there's a lot of premieres next year. So you'll see a lot of red carpet. Let's break that down.